Hi everyone, this is Deepak Ramola, and today I will be sharing with you things we must discover for ourselves. In a world where we leave many things to be guided by the decisions, opinions, and interests of others, I found a bunch of stuff that I thought I must have a personal opinion definition of. Primarily because it's good to hold on your own. It's good to craft your identity and individuality arising out of knowing how you feel about certain things and where you find the depth of those things in the world. Number one, what makes you feel at peace? A song swimming through your earphones or AirPods into your ears as you take a long travel train journey, or cooking by yourself in the kitchen for your loved ones, scrolling for an hour through TikToks and Reels, or reading a book, or not doing anything at all. What are those small collage patchwork things, action items, conversations, or things you can do that make you feel at peace? It could even be a ritual. Every morning when I come to my studio in Dehradun, I have a bowl that I put water in, and I walk around the garden and put a flower and light an incense and put it in front of the altar we have at the studio. That's my ritual. As soon as I do that, I feel a sense of ritualistic calm, a pattern that I know very well to be following, and it brings me a sense of calm. So whatever it is for you, discover it. Number two, you must find out for yourself what's your definition of home. The popular essayist Pico Iyer says, home is not a place you were born, it's the place where you truly become yourself. He also writes extensively on home, so if you want to read that, you must. He adds by saying that home is also in the things you carry with yourself everywhere, not just the things you leave behind. My understanding of home is that home is the sense of belonging, is the sense of being pampered and cared for that I carry with myself. And amidst all my travel, all my juggling airplanes, I carry that sense of belonging with me. And it happens through one means. I never change the time on my hand watch. I always set it to India, no matter what time zone I am in. Because whenever I turn my wrist and look at it, it helps me feel connected to my family, friends who are still in the Indian time zone. And that idea, that definition, and that practice allows me to define what home truly means for us. In a world where everybody is in a way displaced, that definition could really help you find some grounding. Number three, you must dig up to know how you respond to and recover from sadness. Particularly after COVID-19, it won't be an exaggerated statement to say we all know what grief is. The burden, the mountain of bereavement, of sadness is something we chip away every day and have done as humanity since the dawn of civilization. But now it becomes more apparent. Every breaking news, every negative piece of headline, every phone call that tells you something about the pandemic informs us and adds up to this dump of grief we have to deal with. Knowing how you uncover and how you process that grief, how much time do you take, what resources do you need, is a good way to build some support and some help in order to overcome it. Number four, promises you cannot keep no matter what. It is so essential to find in life things, no matter what happens, you just cannot do. Some people tell me the first time I meet them, never expect me to be up by 5 o'clock in the morning. It won't happen. I go to bed at 2 a.m. It could be a habit, a pattern, a lifestyle that you bring in, or even as simple as making a phone call. Promises that you cannot really fulfill disappoint other people, and the only way to avoid them is to acknowledge them and to communicate them often enough at the start of any engagement, new relationships, or older friendships, that hey, that is something I've tried and failed at, and I hope to do better if that is what you intend to do, or this is something I have accepted I cannot change, and so I'm trying to navigate through it with help from my community. What magnifies your soul? There has to be elements in nature, in people, characteristics, values, compliments that lift your spirits up and help you believe that the world is a hopeful place despite the hopelessness that is served to us. When you unearth what it is that truly makes your heart sing, that magnifies your imagination and allows you to daydream and believe in possibilities, hold close to it. It's precious. And lastly, we must discover for our own self a kind of happiness that does not depend on what happens. A happiness that is unhinged and illogical and carefree. That happiness will sustain us and help us go a long way in feeling grateful and content. Thank you for watching.